Hello everyone, welcome to part 4 in the series of 100 ways to motivate. On today's episode, the 1 year life challenge. Hello everyone, part 4 now in the 100 ways to motivate, another 20 ways to take charge of your life. And as always, I'm going to begin with a quote from the author of the book, Steve Chandler, and that quote is, "Yet we continue to obsess about our thoughts and become fascinated with our feelings. We are offended by other people. We want to prove we are right. We make other people wrong. We are disappointed in some people and resent others. It goes on, and none of it will matter on your deathbed. Action is all that matters." Steve Chandler. Isn't that true? Just on, thinking this guy's great, and 2 days later think this guy's no good, or these circumstances, or what's this person doing, and really it achieves nothing and grows nothing and brings nothing to your life. So how do we take action? Well, here's another 20 ways out of the 100 ways to motivate yourself. Number 61, swim laps underwater. One of the great chess champions of all time used to swim laps underwater in order to prepare for chess matches. And when the press interviewers would ask him, why would you do that? He knew that more oxygen to his brain would give him an advantage over a long chess match. Understand that your breathing and the amount of breath you get is completely linked to your brain. I believe it's 25, a quarter of all the breath that you take is used by the brain. So when you stop breathing or start hyperventilating during fear and flight situations, you're losing most of your brain's cognitive ability to make the right decision. Whenever you're in a tough situation, breathe. That's why aerobic exercise is so important. 62, bring on a good coach. Tiger Woods once said in an interview that there was only one person who'd never seen Tiger Woods play golf, and that was Tiger Woods, and that's why he needed a coach. He needed people around him who could pick out the things he was doing unconsciously and remind him of them so he could take action. 63, try to sell your home. This is a great one. So many people live in this place where they want to pay off their home or they want to own a home for security, only to find out once they own their home, they start worrying about it being taken away from them, or the price, or the fact that they had spent the last 20 years living in almost poverty to pay it off. Understand that these get-rich ideas that enforce slavitude aren't always the greatest, and you can be much freer and much more liquid and live a much more compelling life. And ask yourself, what do you want? Do you want a life full of joy, love, laughter and travel, or do you want assets at the end of it? 64, get your soul to talk. Your soul is a place of infinite love, and that's how it was designed. It was designed to bring life, love, and creation into the world. But the mind and the belief systems we're taught about needing to be better or getting above other people really interfere with that. So often it's important to allow the mind to settle and allow the heart to talk. And the simple way to do this is ask yourself, after you do or make a big decision or say something to someone, ask yourself, did that come from my soul or my head? And the more you ask yourself, the more the soul can come through. Number 65, promise the moon. As humans, we don't want to let people down. And when there's big, important things in our lives and we promise them, you're more likely to follow through. It's silly, but it's true that the things we promise ourselves, we generally don't do, but the things we promise others, we generally do. So how do we turn the tables on that? Walk up to someone who's really important to you and promise them that you're going to lose 10 kilos. Make a dedicated promise to them that you lose 10 kilos in the next 12 months, and then watch what happens. 66, make somebody's day. It's so easy to make someone's day. A small compliment about how great their hair looks, a compliment about their manners, or how important they are to you, can absolutely make someone's day. And making someone's day can in turn make your day too. 67, play the circle game. Steve Chandler, the author, used to have a game with 3 circles, and each circle represented a different time period. So first circle was today, the second circle was this month, and the third circle was this year. He had something he needed to achieve today, which was linked to what he was doing this month, which was linked to what he wanted this year. For example, if he wanted to run a marathon, today he might be looking at running 1 kilometre. His monthly goal would be to run 30 kilometres, and his yearly goal would be to run 300 kilometres. Now, if he did his daily goal, his monthly goal would look after itself, and if his monthly goal was looking after himself, he couldn't help but hit his 12-month goal. 68, get up game. Get up a game. You've got to get in the game. Larry Bird once said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot. Get into things. How do you know if you enjoy something unless you have direct experience with it? Stop listening to the naysayers and get out and start the game. 69, turn down your mother. So many of us have beautiful and amazing mothers who loved us to death. But quite often the conditioning and the belief systems they gave us were just handed down from their mother, from their mother, from their mother. It's time that you live your own life and don't allow what your parents did or didn't do to affect your day. 70, face the sun. Vitamin D is created through the melatonin in your body with direct sunlight. Your immunity is completely directly linked to the amount of sunlight you get. Do you ever wonder why you didn't get so sick in summer? I've seen people who've had 3 to 4 colds every winter and then won't get sick all summer. Make sure you get as much sun as possible. Have white reflective rooms. Sunlight is your direct connection to that beautiful ball of nuclear energy who just wants to support and love us. 71, travel deep inside. Quite often we think we are our name, our job, our income and our salary. But there's something much, much deeper inside of us that when we connect to, we realize it's untouchable and has been around for a long, long time. That's best done through meditation. Once you do that and you realize there's an indestructible part of you, you stop stressing about the small stuff. 72, go to war. There is a war right now, and the war is against you. It is telling you that you're not good enough, you need more money, you should have all these products, and if you don't, then you're just not where you should be. That war, unfortunately, can only be fought with another war. Go to war. Destroy those things from your life. Don't accept them, and give the same sort of power back to these marketing techniques as have been given to you. Use the 5% solution. It's difficult to do big things, but it's simple to do small things. Whenever you're looking at a task that looks overwhelming, ask yourself, could I complete 5% of this task? If you're building a wall, of course you could build 5% of a wall. But when you've built 5%, if you feel like you keep going, and quite often the momentum triggers you, you can get it done. 74. Do something badly. I love the saying, if something's worth doing, it's worth doing poorly. And really what that means is not doing things poorly, but quite often we stop getting started because we have this idea of perfection in our head and we don't even know where to start. You start right here, right now, with what you have and what you've got. 75, learn visioneering. It's a great word, visioneering. We have the word engineering, where you take material things and you make them into the world. Visioneering is we take visions and bring them into the world. Engineer a vision that suits you, that will create the life that you want. 76, lighten things up. This is a cosmic comedy. That's why we have the ability to laugh. This is not serious. The people who take themselves too seriously are angry, anxious people. The people who take themselves lightly are happy, genuine people. It was once said the only reason angels can fly is because they take themselves so lightly that they weigh very little. 77, serve and grow rich. Long-term wealth will come from your value to other people. It's as simple as that. So this concept of taking and scamming and scheming and undercutting people consistently over and over again through business is not wealth creation. And you'll never ultimately be wealthy because you'll spend the money to get big fancy things to make yourself feel better about the fact that you've cheated people. I've seen this through many people during my life. 78, make a list for your life. Write down the things that you'd love to achieve by the end of your life and then really study that list. And what does it say about you? If you want to visit 12 countries before you die and you haven't traveled for 4 years, what's wrong and what do you have to do to get back onto that list? And it's your list, don't live someone else's list. 79, set a specific power goal. Steve Chandler was very big on setting himself goals. In fact, he had a friend who was an author who was diagnosed with cancer, and I believe his goal was very specific, to write 3 books by the end of the year that his family could live off the royalties of, because if he died, they would have enough money. Well, 30 books later, this author not only powered through his first goal, but is cancer-free. The power of a goal can be amazing in driving you forward. 80, change yourself first. Gandhi had the most amazing saying, is that be the change you want to see. Understanding that the world is a world of thought. Whatever you see, the prism, the sunglasses of the world that you see through your beliefs can immediately change when you change your sunglasses. In the same way you go away from infrared to infragreen sunglasses, everything would look different. When you change yourself, the world looks like a much more amazing place. Something to think about. I can't wait to see you for the final part of 100 Ways to Motivate, but until then, goodbye.